Hello, all the warriors. This is Ro. Welcome to Rena. Today we're gonna talk about the stabilizers, and as you can see, this one is the previous video. We talked about the rear RS 4.0 bottom support AT systems, and so today we're gonna show you about the stabilizers. Okay, so let's start today's video. Let's go. Before we start the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, you can press here for subscribe the channel, and also don't forget to press the bell so every time when we have a new video, you will know it right away. Thank you. Okay, so this one you can see is the stabilizer here. I'm using the screws and put the plastic spacers and put the nuts on the top and to make us the stabilizers. And right over here, I'm straight just using the 9mm holes, so that makes the spaces good enough, just good enough for making us the stabilizers. But today I'm gonna show you a little bit different. It's like the one I made it for the RS 4.0 systems, and this one I'm basically using the leftover the carbon plates, because you know I made lots of like this is the 4.0 systems, and I using a lot of the carbon to do the test and to create the 4.0. So I have a lot of leftover parts for this the 3mm carbon plate, so I don't want to waste those, so I just straight using all those and stack them together and glue them together and to sand it and to make it like this. Okay, so as you can see for the stabilizer, basically how it works is when your car, okay, if it's the, let's say, go to the, like, if when the car is passing the lane change, and if there's nothing over here, so which means we're using this one, if nothing over here, then your track, it can basically touching, and the angle will be over too much there, because there was a space there. Just pretend there's nothing over here. So when if the roller on top is not hitting the track, then you can make the car is hitting by like this, and the angle is too much, so you not be able to push the car back. So that's why we have the stabilizer, and to make sure it doesn't, when the car is passing let's say lane change, and you can make the car is not turn over too much. Okay, so that's the purpose for the stabilizers. And then for this one, basically there's the purpose for this one, why I'm making like this is, first of all, when we using the screws for the rollers, usually we choose like the reinforced screws, or even though some people are just using the regular screws and using the spacer or something like that. But I believe after a couple hits, like if your car fly out and got a couple hits, and your screw will bend, like will be bent, that's for sure, because like sometimes you hit the track, whatever, right, or even though hit the wall. So this one, what I do is I have two screws here, and this one is basically is holding the screws not getting bent. But if you're asking me, hey, how about the top? Yes, there's still a possibility the top part of the roller will get bent, but at least I make the possibility as less as possible, right? So to make sure it won't get bent that easily, because this one can straight just holding the screws and holding tight at the position, and make sure the screw is not gonna be bent easily. Okay, so that's also the purpose that why I'm making like this. And of course, like this one, I'm using like all this type of the 3mm plates, and I believe people will says like, oh, I'm not like you, I don't have that much 3mm plates. Yeah, but that's okay, as long as you have the leftover parts, something, you can stack them all together and just trim it or cut it like the shape that you want, as long as the hole it fits, and that's all good. Like for example, you can using the popsicle, and that also works as well. So you can find a way to stack all your leftover parts and to make us something that you can use for. Okay, so what I'm using here, I'm using the 3mm, and to make us the stabilizers. So like it can help my car when, let's say, is hitting the lane change something, it can make the car is not turn over too much. Okay, so this is basically the purpose for the stabilizer, and this is why I'm making like this, because I can also make some style as well. Like for like this, you can see the arena, like the logos, the letters over here. Okay, so that's the purpose for the stabilizer and why I'm using and why I'm doing like this. Okay, so next I'm gonna show you the process that I'm making this stabilizer. Okay.
One hour later.
Okay, so I believe now you know how I made these stabilizers, and of course this video I'm just trying to share some idea that I'm thinking what is the better setup for the car and what it can help. Like for example, this one, it can help the screw not that, like it's not gonna be get bent easily. Okay, so of course if you agree with me, and or if thinking this is also a good idea, maybe you can give it a try. Okay, I'm not saying you must do the exactly same thing as I do. Okay, but here I just share you my idea. But today we just talk about the stabilizer. But for next video we're gonna talk about this independent, the rear RS 4.0 systems. Okay, we're gonna put this in the next video. Okay, so this is today's video. I will see you next time. Bye bye.